What's going on, YouTube? Jeffy, I am. Welcome back to the channel. This is okay. Let's talk about it. Thank you for joining me. Hey, I hope all is well. I hope your family is blessed. Let's get to something that's funny, right? Let's talk about social media and how far we will go with social media. Are we devaluing our identity? And I say that because as a content creator, we go through different phases. For instance, when I first started doing this channel, I was into my physical journey and what happens in the world when I start reading more. My interest kind of changed, so I take you along with me on that journey, right? Okay, lately my, my algorithm has had a lot of anger, a lot of unhealthy things for the mind, right? So I dove off into some areas and see what's cracking on YouTube and on social media, see what's popular. You know what I mean? And the stereotypes that have been going on for years within our community. And I say community, how about content creator community? You see different stereotypes. Now we have streamers entering this thing and they doing their thing. They gaming, taking us on trips or whatever. But how far would you go to get them likes and subscriptions and the memberships? Are you putting out valuable content or are you just BSing? So that made me kind of looking at some things and man, it's some wild stuff out there, man. You got 50-year-old women acting like they pregnant. You got people hiding behind the camera and they're doing reactions. And it's a lot of negativity. Now we do this so people can relate and sort of give some authenticity to our work. And as you go through the channels, you start to notice stuff, even with some of our biggest stars who started out a little differently. And this is what got me thinking about what goes on.
Up on your romantic prisoner you call a girlfriend who living with you because she got to, not because she want to. Do she want that lunch date with the doctor? Do your wifey want that lunch date with the doctor? I think we all know the answer to that. Me and you are not the same. I keep telling you that. Me and you, we not the same. You not 6'3", dark chestnut Cocoa Brown with the North Philly beard. You ain't Leo King, Ninja. You ain't Pan-Africanist #1. Nobody flying.
Terrible, terrible, terrible work. Now, watching this gentleman over the years, no, I haven't been a supporter. But some of the things he has said and has done has influenced a lot of people, changed a lot of people's lives. Now we see how he moves and shakes. And when he got broke, that was that's public knowledge. This is what he did, right? And so many people tuned in for that. Now he's going to do a dating show off that. Ain't that a bitch? But again, who can really be mad at him? It's entertainment, right? You know, a lot of good comes with a little bit of bad too. But I am disappointed because, the Pan African movement and other things going on in the world, I think there's a pocket and a place for everybody. And what he says might motivate somebody. But he don't have to rob them. He don't have to dig in everybody's pockets. But you know what? Another agenda. I usually talk about the YNs around here and the type of content they do. That's one of my big things. I'm putting together something about jewelry. But when you press the lines, our young men have been feminized. They think we owe them something. And again, that's just my opinion. But the stuff they like, they doing dances like this, like they little retarded. Let me take that back. Like they have something nerve damage. They don't really dance, the music. But that's just my opinion. And I respect their culture for what they do, right? Because there's a generation after that. But this is something that's being pushed along with the feminine clothes. A lot of people are not built to wear Italian cut clothes. You have to have a slimmer build, skinny legs, but they just took it out of pocket. Now you guys, if you hear me, some of you guys are wearing cut off shirts, crop tops. We'll get back to that. But check this out. Hey, what's going on? You know, it makes you laugh, but it makes you shake your head. For one, why does Costa not do his stream in the shower? Again, it's an incentive gain. Just for that. As terrible as that is, it's an incentive to do stuff like that. It's wild. And for Ray J to go in there and do that for the clicks and likes, and probably it has to be a bag behind it. It has to be money entailed. However it may win, it probably was scripted. But is that it? How much value does that have as a man? That's crazy, man. And one thing that I'm gonna talk freely today. I can't understand why content creators, especially our young content creators, again, and as a viewer, we are tuned in to homelessness now, drug use, gang banging, and drug selling. Things that have been around forever. But why are we so intrigued by the mind? A lot of people that don't know anything about street life or whatever you may call it, neighborhoods or whatever, they're intrigued by that. And what you put in front of them, I think is does something to their subconscious. And yes, people express things differently. But again, on certain platforms, people have called Ricos. And the people hosting these platforms' interest is for the clicks and likes and the advertisement. And the person being interviewed, there's been RICO cases, especially my people, we get up there and just talk, 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 and there's consequences behind that. But then again, as in the beginning of this video, what is entertainment? Is that entertaining? The act of food on these channels? I guess so, because this is wild. This boy.
I started this pimping. Pimping before pimping before pimping. I'm at pizza parties every day.
I can I can see the Fashion Nova tag
yeah,
on the...
nigga, yeah, good Fashion Nova. They brand new. I just bought them though.
Oh, for sure.
Shout out to Fashion Nova. Shout out Fashion Nova on a dead homie.
Look good for less.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. What about the shoes though? Ooh. Yeah. What about the shoes?
Fashion Nova don't got those.
Yeah, what about the shirt?
So what took you from like seeing your mom having a pimp and being prostituted and presumably going through a whole bunch of bullshit, some violence, all that stuff? What made you want to be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna get me into the game. What was the entry point? You just meet some young talent and you just, I gotta help her.
I thought that's what my mom was showing me. I thought that's what my mom wanted me to do.
He lying. And I say that respectively. But he's lying. Now they glorifying the ism, the pimping. I believe if that's going to be the next social media wave, get a hold of some real ones. They out there. But the guy talking about he has a $3,500 trench coat on. That's not my pair. No, man. From Fashion Nova. But the average viewer looks at it like, okay, cool. Even with the old Gucci shoes on that was apparently too big. Again, is that entertainment? And they push the limits with all this, and it's scary, man. It's scary because this guy, I've seen other content from him.
Shaking ass. Still going to jail.
Very talented, very talented. Shorts are on point. You know, has a lot of talent, been putting in a lot of work. But this is what he decides to get up here and portray for himself, and that's going to take him different places and put him in different spaces so he can talk to different people. Wow.
You know what's the difference between these niggas and me, Adam?
What?
You know what's the difference?
Tell me.
You know what's the difference? I don't give a I've been pimping, bitch ass. I had brief fame in Vegas on the dead homies. Caught the case for the bitch on the dead homies. You niggas out here rapping about it. Nigga, we outside. I had brief fame first on the dead homies. She gave me my first 25 dead homies in front of all her friends. Yeah, we outside. I'm bumming it too. I just, you know, I'm smooth, cool, calm, and collective. I've always talked slick, swallow, spit. Everywhere I've been and gone, I've always been smooth, cool, calm, and collective. And she liked what she seen and saw. And that's all it took and taked. Dead homies.
Nah, he had enough of that. Because what he seen and saw and what it took and what it take, that's garbage, man. Work on your ism, pimp. But to get back to it, man, this is what we seeing on a regular, and there's a lot of algorithmic incentives in that.
Nah, we can't forget about our favorite person.
People, y'all have it so good. You should be so blessed. You should be so happy about who you are. You should be so blessed. Like, you have your privilege. Like, we have it hard. And I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it, but your own people tear you down. Your own people don't want to see you win. My own people is who is tearing me down right now. My own people. Black men, black women, my own people. It is so
Man, she's a chameleon. I watched her over a year regurgitate content over and over again, and she's still killing people's pockets. She ain't used that. She ain't used that edge straightener none though.
Shaking ass, same dude. But you know, that's what we dealing with, and I want to share that with you because I just had a good laugh this morning. You know what I mean? So you got to know better to do better. Get better, gang. You know what I mean? Jeffy, I am. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It does help me in the algorithms. Just hit like, you know what I mean? And I'll see you again in a minute. Be safe and be humble.